Hey, what's up guys, it's oNightPineberries, and I'm here with a very quick, not very quick, this is actually going to be a very long and ranting video of Dungeon Defenders 2. You guys have been asking me quite a few questions on Facebook, Twitter, even on the YouTube channel about what Dungeon Defenders 2 is. And I would just like to clarify that Dungeon Defenders 2 is a MOBA competitive slash cooperative story mechanic gameplay blah 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 RPG tower defense. Dungeon Defenders 2 is coming out in two parts, and the first part is going to be the MOBA, the competitive gameplay where it supports, I believe, it's like a 5v5, kind of like similar to League of Legends Dota style. Yeah, that's the first part, guys. That is not Dungeon Defenders 2. Dungeon Defenders 2 has two parts. I have to stress this like countless number of times because a lot of you guys are assuming Dungeon Defenders has turned into a MOBA, and that is completely incorrect. It's just one part of the game. The second part is the adventure part, the story mode, the story driven, the dungeons, the bosses, you know, the tower defense game that we all know and love, like the game that I'm going to be doing most of my videos on. For some reason, a lot of you guys are assuming that Dungeon Defenders 2 has turned into a MOBA and it's the worst idea Trendy has ever made, blah 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 blah, and you guys aren't really looking into the details as well as you should. And there's a huge expanded story that's coming out, and it's supposed to have like a 24 player overworld, which is pretty much like the tavern where we get to just chill out and do whatever we want. Oh, here's another really big thing. Dungeon Defenders 2 is only in development for PC, Mac, iOS, Android, and the web. Whatever that means, I don't know, but I do apologize for the console gamers because right now the Xbox 360 and the PS3 are outdated in graphics, and now that 2013, the PS4 was just announced, Xbox 720 or whatever the name is going to be announced. There's so much stuff that Trendy has to consider in their new game, so they decided not to put forth any sort of development for consoles just yet. But don't lose hope, guys. Once the PS4 and the 720 actually come out, I'm very positive they're gonna start putting, you know, the game out onto consoles. So please don't, like, you know, go all ape shit and just believe that Trendy's like leaving you guys out, because that's totally not true. Another question is, when is Dungeon Defenders 2 coming out? The competitive MOBA style PvP style game is already out. It is early beta phase right now. You can sign up. I've given you the website, dungeondefenders2.com, I believe, and it is closed beta right now. It is the early beta phases, and you can play the game right now. Dungeon Defenders 2 is considered the MOBA style is out right now. So if you guys are interested and you want to see what the new engine, what the new game looks like, definitely, you know, go sign up. And of course, the Trendy team are giving out codes like daily. Literally, they're giving out daily on their Twitter account. So please go check those out, and don't ask me for keys, because that's one thing on Twitter and Facebook that I've been getting a lot. Like, they're asking me for keys, and I myself I'm trying to get into the beta myself, so it's kind of interesting why you guys assume that I'm already in the beta. But yeah, for what we know, there are 24 characters. I'm going to be showing images, hopefully, if I did this right. So the first image here is the 24 champions that we will receive, and these are, you know, the obvious. We can see in the top left corner is the apprentice, and the next one is the huntress. I was about to say countess. And then there's like a werewolf kind of looking character. There's a huge ogre orc kind of character. Here's the monk. I'm just going left to right. I don't know what this is. It might be a sorcerer type character. On the far right corner, that looks like the summoner. I have no idea what that yellow portrait is. I don't know what that is either. Like, it's literally all the characters. The first 24 characters are here. Like, these are for the initial release, and of course there will be additions. There are going to be more characters, such as I can't call it an expansion, but you know, like how Dota and League of Legends, how they release a new champion every week or every other week. It's going to be in that sort of format, I do believe. The next photo is a really cool image of, I assume to be a barbarian rushing into battle. I think this is the MOBA style play, because judging from the wolves behind and the I don't know, I just assume they're creeps. And then it's just like, this is a lane, as you can see. I don't know, but that's what I assume with that. The next image is, they've, trendy, right now, I'm sorry the competition just ended, but the contest, whatever Trendy called it, they did like a beta key giveaway, and if you added a caption to this image, they gave you a key, but that sadly just ended as I'm recording this. I personally think that was Annie when I first saw it from League of Legends, and it really shocked me, and I was like, wow, Annie is one of my favorite characters, and yeah, that's definitely a thing. But apparently her name is like Brat Witch or whatever. I don't know. And then these wolves, again, we just saw them in that last picture. I'm assuming they're going to be one of the creeps, maybe. And then the next image, it says pre-alpha in the bottom left corner, so please do consider that. This is, I assume this is just art, not actual game. Well, we actually don't know, and we can obviously see this is the tavern, which is really badass. And then we see the good old spike, blockades, harpoon, and this new lightning tower-esque kind of thing, which is really badass. The next picture is, here is the dreaded MOBA, you know, whatever image that everyone has been hating for the past 24 hours. I don't know why. I think it's probably one of the coolest things ever. One of my favorite games is deciding to branch out into a MOBA. You can't ask for anything more, guys. If you really like Dungeon Defenders and it suddenly turns into a different game that you really enjoy, you know, that is a godsend. You can't really ask for, you can't ask for Pokemon to make a MOBA, even though, you know, you really want it to, because it totally could work, you know? It's a stupid joke that my friends and I thought of. But it's also, this is the beta phase. This is what is currently out, and then if you do play the competitive beta, this is what I assume you're going to be playing. And as you can see, it's a monk, and then we have his Q, W, E, R, F, V skills. I am assuming V is portal back, maybe? But yeah, it's obviously, you know, it's a brand new game, it's a brand new concept, and we can't just judge it just because we don't know what's, like, we can't judge a book by its cover. So we have to actually play. You can't just like start freaking out saying this game is like balls, garbage, it's gonna be terrible. Well, you guys just have to wait. Because if you don't like this part of the game, you just have to wait for the second part, which is the game that we're all waiting for, which is the story-driven part, the lore, the awesomeness. And I hope they have the 24 characters will be implemented somehow into the story mode as well, because that'll be so badass, and I'm so mega excited for that. But back to the image, of course, it is very League of Legends Dota 2-esque. I say the menu, or not the menu, the UI is more leaning towards the newer League of Legends layout and the Dota 2 layout, which is pretty cool. Of course, you can't really, the current format that the League of Legends and Dota 2 format has, it's, you know, it's perfect. It is literally perfect, and you know, improving it would be very difficult. So I'm very impressed that Dungeon Defenders, or Trendy, did it in their own Dungeon Defenders way, which is pretty badass. I just am confused on a few things, like how the monk is level 27 and he has 17,000 HP, and I don't know, because I'm used to playing League of Legends and Dota 2 where your HP doesn't really go that high. Well, I think Dota 2 you can probably make it that high, but League of Legends it barely goes over 3,000, let alone 2,000 actually. And you, of course, we have on the bottom right side of the screen, or the image, it says 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm assuming those are your items, which is badass in itself. And I'm just extremely excited for both parts of the game. And we have another, I think this is the overworld that the Trendy has been speaking of, like the where the 24 players are able to interact with each other, like the tavern. However, in a much bigger sense, because I think the tavern cap is like 12. I actually don't know. I've never opened my tavern to the public before, so, or I guess it depends on what. I've never opened my tavern to the public before, so I have no idea. But yeah, in the top left, you can see two different types of currency. We see the gems and a bag of gold. I have to assume that the gems are the in-game currency and the bag of gold might be the cash, literally cash currency. I mean, this is all speculation on my half, but that's that. We have a really cool on the bottom left that has like inventory, weapons, and then a shop. And I have no idea what that purple circle thing is. That's pretty cool. And then of course the mini map, and of course it does say beta in the bottom left corner. So don't just start like going balls deep and like, oh, this game looks ugly. The engine, I mean the graphics is like not Dungeon Defenders. I mean guys, this is a whole new game. It has similar characters, similar story, but you can't just assume they'll keep the graphics, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the graphics are very outdated for, you know, our time and age. I know, however, retro is getting more popular, but you know, I want Dungeon Defenders 2 not go to the retro era. I want it to improve and move on to the newer era, which is pretty badass in itself. And of course, if you look at the very bottom, there is like this really cool, like literally it's an overworld. Like there's a town in the right side, there's a docking area, there's a forest-ish area on the left side underneath your flying tavern boat thing. I don't know, I'm just mega excited, mega excited. And then finally the next page, what looks like Miss Meyer forests, because I don't know, just trees and grass. But again, there's all these the really awesome looking lightning towers, there's the harpoon spike blockades, and you know, the new champions, as you can see. I want to assume this is the cooperative mode, the main story mode that's coming out next or sometime later this year, because of the way, I mean because of the towers actually, because I really hope you're not able to make towers in the MOBA, because that would kind of destroy the MOBA itself, but that's my opinion. And finally, the last image is again lightning towers, a harpoon, and 2 spike blockades in this Miss Meyer forest-ish area, and it does say pre-alpha in the bottom left. So yeah, back to the 12 images, I mean the 24 characters that we get. I'm really excited to see what each character has. I hope there is originality for each of these characters. I don't want just like how League of Legends first did it, just like it's the exact same skills, but it's just a different color, or it's a different like style. I mean, that's kind of ballsy. I don't know, I don't really like that idea. But yeah, if you go to the main page of Dungeon Defenders 2, it says on Friday the 22nd, which is in 2 days, 3 days, there will be a exclusive co-op video that's going to be released, which is the story mode. Brain is just fried. The story mode that is coming out, which is pretty badass, and I'm really excited. I cannot wait for that really cool the trailer that they're going to be releasing. And of course, I'm on the okay, but yeah, I'm on their FAQ page. So here's let me just scroll down, blah blah blah. But yeah, okay, here's what a lot of you guys have been asking. Dungeon Defenders, will there be receiving any more DLC for the original Dungeon Defenders? And they say most of our team is currently focused on making Dungeon Defenders 2 as awesome as possible, or as awesome as possible, period. We will be releasing at least one more DLC for Dungeon Defenders, but our content support for the Dungeon Defenders will slow down to make sure DD is polished. So pretty much they're saying there's only be one more DLC coming out, at least one more, and then they're gonna not going to end it completely, but they're gonna focus mainly on Dungeon Defenders 2. Hence why I'm going to be ending my Dungeon Defenders series. Yes, I do know. I'm gonna be ending it on the Kenjutsu Majutsu playthrough. When I finish that playthrough, that's gonna be my last Dungeon Defenders playthrough until the second game comes out. So I'm gonna be mainly focusing on the MOBA until the cooperative comes out. And once the cooperative comes out, I honestly don't think I'm gonna be playing the MOBA as much. I'm gonna be focusing on the story, because I love the idea of 4 friends suddenly becoming heroes and saving the world, because it's pretty badass. And yes, I do know I haven't beaten Dungeon Defenders 1 as it is. I have fought the old one. I have beaten him, however not on my character. I haven't beaten him on my account. I just went on my friends and I got the full-fledged awesomeness of the old one. And yeah, I don't actually think I'm gonna go that far, but I am definitely gonna complete the DLC for the Eternia Shards DLC, because I realized I haven't finished that either. So I will be finishing that as well, and that will be the end of my Dungeon Defenders playthrough, guys. I do apologize. I know you guys mainly watch me for Dungeon Defenders, and I know it has to go, guys, but Dungeon Defenders 2 is such a big game. I cannot record both Dungeon Defenders and Dungeon Defenders 2. And because Dungeon Defenders 2 is free to play, it is free, guys. It is 110% free. So if you guys have a PC, you have no excuse now. There is no excuses for not having this game. It is free to play, so the community is going to be 100 times bigger. It is going to be huge. Dungeon Defenders by itself they sold, I don't know, somewhere between 5 million copies, I believe. And then this game, imagine how big this game will be, because it's going in the free-to-play direction. So that's going to be extremely badass, and I cannot wait for it. So there's so much content for a free-to-play game. So I'm going to be just going to be milking that freaking game as much as I can when it comes out. And I hopefully it'll be the best quality as I can, because I'll be getting my rig, which is pretty badass. Also, badass is one of my new favorite words because of Angry Joe. I've been watching too much Angry Joe. He's so he's badass. And of course my voice is dying because I am getting sick again, which is funny enough because I was sick like 3 weeks ago. Anyways, you guys have to understand the main concept of the in-game cash shop. I mean, yeah, the in-game cash shop. A lot of people are frowning on this idea because it's going to become pay to win. Trendy has strictly announced that all the items will be just cosmetic. It's not going to affect your stats in any way. It's just going to change the appearance. It's going to be skins, like how Dota 2 and League of Legends has skins. It's just going to be skins, guys. So it is not pay to win. There will not be any items like what is the I don't even know what the best weapon for Dungeon Defenders is. Like, you know how you can get, is it ultimate? I don't know. The ultimate weapons, you cannot buy them. There's no such thing as that. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna be, it's only gonna be all skins and cosmetic items. So please stop panicking over that. It's not pay to win. It is straight up cosmetic. All the items are cosmetic, and it's gonna be skill. And however, they did say it's gonna be a casual game, but we are not making this a casual game. We're gonna make MOBA go to freaking, or the Dungeon Defenders 2 MOBA go straight to MLG, and we're gonna make this game MLG because we're badass like that. Are we, guys? I can't even howl or anything because my voice is dying. Oh, you'll die, my voice. But again, I do apologize for this longish video. You guys have been asking the same questions over and over, and I just had to make this video out, or throw this video out because it is exactly the same questions. I do apologize for my ranting, and I hope I did answer some of your questions. If I did not, please do ask in the YouTube comments below. All my links, all the information I got will be in the description below as well, and I will be also making more Dungeon Defenders videos because I am a Dungeon Defenders YouTuber. And one final note, one really cool guy, he found out you can go, if you go to the character page, you can go to the character source, you can actually see the character source, the page source, you can actually see all the names of all the characters, which is, it's a huge spoiler, so if you don't want to spoil it, do not go there. I highly suggest you don't go there if you don't want to spoil it for yourself. But if you don't care for spoils, it's definitely a thing. I'm not going to give you the link for that. You have to find it yourself. However, it is really funny. I just find it really funny. And it's really interesting because this kind of coding, like the page format, it's what you learn. This is basic HTML. It's really cool. Nerding out. But anyways, guys, I hope you do understand why I did this video because a lot of you guys have been asking the same questions over and over. I hope I did answer some of your questions. And if you have more questions, please do comment in the place down below. Twitter, Facebook, I do answer most of them. If not, it's because it's the same question that has been asked over and over, so I'm really tired of answering it. And yeah. Please go check out the forums, Dungeon Defenders 2, their forums, their new forums. It's very messy right now, but you know, they're trying to update it as much as possible. And I recreated my forum account to oNightPineberries recently. It was Pineberries, I think. I don't know, but it's now oNightPineberries, so I'm there. You can send me messages there. You can send me messages anywhere you would like, and I'll answer as many as I can. And I guess that is it. I'm tired. My voice is dying. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop making videos. I'll continue making videos because you guys don't care if I'm sick or not. You just want to watch me suffer, which is definitely a thing. Yeah. Remember, check out the Trendy, the Twitter, because they are giving away beta codes. And if you want to get into the beta, closed beta right now, you know, follow them on Twitter, which is, I think it's Trendy ENT on Twitter. And they do daily, they just give out beta codes and they do contests, which is really badass. I'm going to be participating in them as well because I want to get into beta. So yeah, that's a thing. Anyways, I hope to see you guys in the battlefield. I love you long times. Peace off.